Hello friends, my name is Carriere from Century 21-Carrie Realty. 2020 marks the 20th anniversary helping Winnipeggers just like you buy and sell revenue-generating income properties all over our city. I've also been managing my own personal portfolio for over a quarter of a century, so it's fair to say that I have a lot of experience in the game. That means that I've already dealt with all the potential pitfalls and issues that can make your sale more difficult. And I've developed strategies to make sure you are going to be getting the best possible return on your real estate investments. What separates me from my competitors is my long years of experience that will make your buying and selling experience a whole lot better. Case in point, this 6 one-bedroom suite apartment block behind me generates over $66,000 of revenue every year. We have no trouble attracting top quality tenants and experience next to zero vacancy. The reason for this? Location, location, location. We're in St. Boniface, close to St. Boniface Hospital, where there are always young medical professionals looking to rent out quality space. Knowing the market means knowing what to look for to find the best investment opportunities. That's why I bought it. It's the same when it comes to maximizing the sale price for you. Here on Des Mirons, we were able to achieve $121,000 per door sale price. I help my client maximize the net operating income to make it more appealing to investors. And with my knowledge of the location and marketplace, I was able to paint a picture to find the right buyer at the right price. Not every property sale is easy. 203 Bertrand had rent control issues and was looking like a tough deal for the seller. But with my knowledge and experience in dealing with the residential tenancy branch, we were able to narrow that gap and achieve a sale price of $925,000. This property at 770 Elgin was a truly remarkable result at an asking price of $499,880, and I was able to accomplish the selling price of $500,000 for this 6-suite apartment block close to the Health Sciences Center. Naturally, with my years of experience as well as the strategies we employ, I specialize in selling other types of investment properties, such as triplexes, duplexes, and single-family detached rental sales. Over the years, I have helped successfully negotiate the sale of almost $150 million worth of real estate for my clients just like you. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I look forward to helping you accomplish all your future real estate goals. Take care. Hello friends, my name is Carriere from Century 21-Carrie Realty. 2020 marks the 20th anniversary helping Winnipeggers just like you buy and sell revenue-generating income properties all over. Hi.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining us for another JOUR-DATE-HEURE Zoom HEBDO. We hope that you had a great weekend and that you're starting the week great. I mean, despite the cold, actually today is very, very warm. So take your time outside, get some sun, and we hope that you are continuing to learn and have more interest in this show. And then you will also check other videos that we have on our YouTube channel. My name is Junella Ondo and I'm your host. Donc bonjour, bon après-midi, bonsoir à tous. Nous vous remercions de nous rejoindre dans un autre épisode de JOUR-DATE-HEURE Zoom HEBDO. Nous espérons que vous avez passé un bon week-end et que vous avez bien commencé cette semaine. Et d'ailleurs, ici à Winnipeg, il fait beau. Donc, prenez le temps de sortir, prendre du soleil et aussi profiter de cet nouvel épisode pour apprendre encore un peu plus. Et n'oubliez pas de toujours checker nos vidéos sur notre chaîne YouTube et nous donner un peu vos commentaires ou des questions. So today we are going into real estate. I know this is probably one of my favorite topics, but I'm really not an expert on it. So I think I'll probably learn more today. So if you are into real estate, you probably want to check this video after, or if you can join us right now, that would be great so that you can even ask questions to the expert that we'll have today. So aujourd'hui, nous allons nous lancer dans le monde de l'immobilier. Et c'est un des domaines dans lesquels je suis intéressée, même si je ne suis pas une experte, je ne me suis pas encore lancée dedans. Mais si ça vous intéresse, le domaine de l'immobilier, n'hésitez vraiment pas à regarder cette vidéo après le show où vous pouvez nous joindre maintenant et poser vos questions directement à notre invité d'aujourd'hui. So today we will have Mr. Carriere. He is a real estate agent at Century 21-Carrie, and he's been in professional real estate agent for 21 years and a professional property manager for 28 years. So he is the expert in this field, and we are going to learn more about it. And he's in Winnipeg, Manitoba. So if you're in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and we probably try to find like a real estate company with like some advice, this is your time to join. This is your moment, and we are going to have questions at the end. So make sure that you listen carefully, or if you don't have the opportunity to be with us right now, don't worry, we will always share the link to the show right after. Donc, si vous n'avez pas la possibilité d'être avec nous maintenant, n'hésitez pas à nous envoyer un courriel, mais nous allons toujours mettre le lien de YouTube à la fin. So, I would like to also welcome Mr. Ondo, the founder and CEO of JOUR-DATE Consulting, that is also with us. And I don't know if he's already connected or he's probably still putting his camera on or his audio, but he will join us anytime soon. But welcome, Mr. Adam. I hope you're doing well. Thank
Thanks.
you for joining us today.
My pleasure. Okay.
I don't know if Mr. Ondo is there or probably will, but that's okay. He'll probably join us later on. But I can't wait to learn more about real estate today. So I think I will give you the floor.
Thank you so much, Junella. I really appreciate the opportunity. And I'd also obviously like to thank Justin and Joamo Consulting for this opportunity to show you what I have to offer. And thanks for taking the time to watch this video as well and see a little bit of, maybe I hope you learned something and see what's going on here in Winnipeg as far as the real estate market is concerned. So as the video touched on a little bit of my background, is what Junella got into a little bit of my experience. So I've been a real estate practitioner for 21 years and a property manager for 27 years. As a matter of fact, my father, Raymond Carriere, got me involved in real estate at a very young age, as he started this Century 21 franchise in the early 1970s. So I kind of grew up around the real estate climate my entire life. So he had me property managing since I was 16. And he got me involved in real estate since I was 18, as far as being a property owner goes. So I have a lot of experience, and especially when it comes to real estate. And one thing that's really awesome is real estate in Winnipeg is a very unique place and secure place to own real estate. So yeah, thanks once again. And yeah, one thing about our marketplace and how the impact of COVID has been remarkable here in the city of Winnipeg, to give a bit of shed some light on what the market conditions have been here, really since the presence of COVID-19 has made its presence here in Winnipeg and Manitoba as a whole, honestly, as well. So obviously when COVID really made some prominent inroads as far as maybe around March, April, and May, that there was really not a whole heck of a lot going on in real estate as a whole. There were very few listings. There were very few sales occurring. However, when June came around, people either became a little bit more used to the circumstance of dealing with the pandemic, and especially when it came to the buyer's side of it. There was a survey done by the Winnipeg Realtors during COVID-19 on what people's mindsets were when purchasing real estate. 84% said COVID-19 had absolutely no bearing on their decision to go ahead and purchase real estate. So it had a very small effect on people's decision to buy real estate. However, it did have an effect on the listing and inventory side of the industry. We had basically from June, which were record-setting months, right up until this very week in and month out. And that's attributed to the lack of inventory. So we've experienced anywhere from 10 to 20% less properties for sale compared to a regular year, such as 2019. So that's affected, and the demand has increased. Your typical supply and demand teeter-totter has wavered in favor of the seller because of a high demand and a lack of supply. And you combine that with the fact, I'm sure some of you may have heard, very, very competitive and low interest rates when it comes to getting your mortgage on your home. Talking to mortgage practitioners recently, you can get as low as 1.6, 1.7% on not only your primary residence mortgage, but on revenue generating properties as well. So that's very appealing to the buyer side of things. And that has stimulated what was an extremely exciting year in Winnipeg and Manitoba as a whole from our real estate economic side. We had a record-setting performance as far as the amount of real estate sold in 2020. $4.9 billion worth of real estate sold in Manitoba, which is the highest ever. And that's with dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic as well, which is really something to say. So as a result of this type of market conditions I'm describing to you, Winnipeg, for example, experienced a 5% inflation for real estate as it pertains to single family detached homes. So, whereas 2019 was just 2% inflation. So that's a nice bump up. And these types of situations, if I had to predict going into 2021, are going to continue, perhaps even a little bit more aggressively, perhaps. So it's a great one thing about Winnipeg is two key words, and that is stability and diversity. When we talk about stability, when you look at Manitoba's gross domestic product over the last 10 years, we've been around the 2% gross domestic product consistently. Even with the real estate fallout that occurred in the States a number of years ago, it's very difficult to find another major center in North America that weathered that scenario better than Winnipeg, honestly. We actually experienced a slight inflation in that year where other parts of Canada were seeing big drop-offs in terms of real estate value. And that goes to our industry and our economy here in Winnipeg as a whole, where we're very diverse. We don't rely on agriculture. We don't rely on automotive as that being the one driving force to keep our economy going. We have many different outlets to keep, that's that diversity that I speak of, such as agricultural, wealth management, automotive, aerospace industry. These are all sectors that contribute to Winnipeg's economy. The other key word they look at is diversity. And what I mean by that is we have so many different industries contributing to our gross domestic product to these companies I speak of. So you like to see that we're not hanging our hat again on one particular industry. So that makes Winnipeg a really stable real estate economy year in, year out, whether on outside influences having up and down years. Winnipeg is very consistent. You can say turtle wins the race, if you will. And what do I mean by that is, if you're familiar with the hare and a turtle winning the race, the hare sprints and takes his rest. Very comparable situation to other real estate economies across Canada, such as Toronto, Vancouver, where real estate prices go up and down, not unlike the stock market. Whereas Winnipeg's is it's slow, but it goes very. So the savvy investors or savvy property owners here in Winnipeg, it's very appealing to invest here because you can predict where you're going to be X amount of years down the road when you purchase real estate, because we're not as influenced by other forces here in Winnipeg. So it's unbelievable. So what do I specialize in? Well, obviously I do my fair share of single family detached houses. So, your primary residence and this kind of a thing, obviously. Condominium sales, I do my fair share of condominium sales as well. Condominium sales, that was a bounce back year in 2020 for Winnipeg after being a bit of a down type of real estate to buy due to supply, an overwhelming supply of condominiums that were built in Winnipeg over the last decade. Last year saw a bounce back in that segment. In fact, a small teeny amount of inflation in condo, which it's been years and years and years since I've been able to say that. And then I specialize in investment properties as well. And this is something I really have a ton of experience on. In fact, So much so that I offer free seminars to my clients and how I try to I show you exactly how to invest in the most efficient and get ahead quickest manner going, which I talk about a little bit in my video there. So this is something that I like, that I pride myself on, that separates me from your typical realtor. Because of my vast years of experience in not only selling this real estate, but I also own my own rentals as well. In fact, that's how I met Justin and his family as well. How I met them was they were originally one of my tenants in one of the revenue properties I own. So, and that's how me and Justin originally met. And, you know, Junella, and then everyone kind of grew up a little bit, and like, oh, she's grown up now. It's great. So, yeah, so yeah, I really pride myself on not only knowing the real estate market, but knowing all the ins and outs when it comes to the investing side of it. And that comes down to understanding number crunching aspects and see if a property makes sense to you when it comes to number crunching, and if that you're getting the amount of return on your investment you may expect. That's kind of what I do to show you the marketplace in that regard. Also too, obviously my years of property management, I try to share all my experiences to you. If I sell you a revenue generating property, the idea is to run that operation as smoothly and efficiently as possible. So with my 12 rentals I have right now, it honestly costs me about an hour or two a week of my time to manage my properties. And the reason for that is because I have, you know, habits and mechanisms in place to make it as streamlined and as efficient operation as possible. So I try to share that with you. So when I sell you an investment property, or any kind of real estate for that matter, you know, that's not the end of the relationship. This is just the beginning of the relationship. You know, I'm there to be in your corner from right throughout, and whether it be advice on Adam, should I accept this tenant? Adam, how do I take care of my bookkeeping? Adam, the city of Winnipeg sent me a letter saying my property taxes are going up. What can I do about it? So I'm in your corner with any kind of scenarios like that. So, yeah, I've been doing this. This is my 21st year anniversary selling Y21. So I got a fancy new award here from Century 21 for my 21 years of experience being with one. And yeah, so it's really I like to tell it like it is. If there was bad news to say in Winnipeg, from a real estate perspective, you know, I'm not being biased to it. It's just been a really exciting time. And even with the COVID-19 situation, it's created a very interesting marketplace. So if you're a buyer and you're looking to buy, yes, it's a little bit more competitive. However, you know, go do your thing. And with my guidance, go get pre-approved with your bank. But it's a good time to buy because prices, again, turtle wins the race. We're going to probably have slight inflation as the year progresses this year. So it's very exciting. The market is outstanding. The one thing that with Winnipeg, one topic I want to talk about that keeps our economy going is going to be the influx of immigration here in Winnipeg, which I know with JOUR-DATE Consulting has a big influence on with the province of Manitoba, with various African countries. Very exciting. Winnipeg Realtors has predicted 1.2 million immigrants moving to this province within the next 5 years. That is the only item that we need, people and professionals continuing to move to Manitoba, because we have sectors that need these jobs filled, whether it's the construction industry, etc. There are voids and we need people to move here to keep our economy moving forward. So that is very exciting with the provincial nominee program, which is going to be reopened. I believe it's going to be reopened once the COVID-19 restrictions soften. And what's also exciting is the average age of people here in Manitoba compared to other provinces. You got some very aging provinces in Canada. What's really interesting about Manitoba is our median age here in this province is 37 years old. We have the youngest median population here in Manitoba, which is really exciting. So the age is on our side to keep to get these jobs filled, keep our economy moving forward, real estate economy moving forward in a positive manner. So it is really exciting times entering this 2021. And hopefully with the numbers being as low here in Manitoba, very good. And our testing rate is under 3%. I heard on the radio this morning. That is really good for the city of Winnipeg. And hope everyone stays healthy and safe. And I would love to hear from you. And I'd love to maybe share a Zoom call or a personal meeting here, practicing social distancing, of course, with our masks on. And yeah, thank you so much again, JOUR-DATE Consulting, for this opportunity. Really appreciate it. And again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adam. And actually, I think because of your presentation, I think I realized that Winnipeg is actually on a very good track compared to other provinces. So I think my friend made a good choice when it came to Manitoba. And but before I go into question and probably adding some, maybe Mr. Ondo wants to mention something before we go for it.
Sure.
Okay, thank you, Adam. I will speak French. You know that our show is bilingual. We have people watching us on the Zoom, on Facebook. So some people need to understand in French what we are doing. So I'm speaking in French. Junella will make a summary in English. Je voudrais signaler à ceux qui ne le savent pas, Adam peut-être l'a dit, sans que vous prestiez attention. Adam, on se retrouve aujourd'hui comme partenaire d'affaires. Je suis un homme d'affaires, un chef d'entreprise. Lui aussi, c'est un homme d'affaires, un chef d'entreprise. La petite surprise que je vais vous dire, c'est que quand nous sommes arrivés au Canada, à Winnipeg, en septembre 2013, excusez-moi, la première maison où nous avons logé ce qu'on appelle en Afrique notre bailleur, c'était Adam Carriere. Donc, c'est lui qui nous a hébergés pour la première fois. On a logé chez lui, il nous a conseillé, il nous a aidé à nous en sortir. Et je me retrouve aujourd'hui avec Adam Carriere en tant que partenaire. Et je fais une précision, c'est que souvent quand je cite les gens qui nous ont fait réussir au Canada, à Winnipeg, j'oublie souvent Adam Carriere. Donc désormais, Adam Carriere devrait être comme le Premier ministre Greg Selinger, comme la ministre Marie-Ng de fédéral. Adam Carriere fait partie même, en fait c'est même le premier qui nous a hébergés. Ok, c'était juste une parenthèse. Je voudrais aussi dire ceci. J'ai suivi l'intervention d'Adam et je suis très impressionné parce qu'il n'a pas seulement parlé d'attirer les gens dans ce qu'il fait. Il a fait la promotion de la province du Manitoba. Et ça, c'est, je peux même dire au gouvernement, puisque je sais que le gouvernement suit, le gouvernement du Manitoba, ils suivent ce qu'on fait. Je voudrais donner un coup de chapeau à Adam Carriere parce qu'il vient de faire la promotion au compte du gouvernement du Manitoba. Ça veut dire que pour Adam Carriere, le Manitoba est la province même où il faut que les gens viennent. Et ça, c'est quelque chose que je tenais à féliciter Adam Carriere aussi, d'être allé au-delà de son sujet pour les maisons. C'est la deuxième chose que je voulais dire. La troisième et la dernière, puisqu'il y en a qui veulent poser des questions, je voudrais demander à Adam Carriere, merci de ne pas nous avoir donné tous les détails, parce que j'ai assisté à plusieurs formations d'Adam Carriere. C'est vraiment des cours qu'il fait. C'est très bon pour les nouveaux immigrants. Quand on arrive dans un pays, nous savons que nous voulons acheter des maisons. Nous voulons vendre des maisons. Mais comment est-ce qu'il faut faire? Adam ne pouvait pas vous raconter ça en 30 minutes, ce n'est pas possible. Il tient des cours. Et je vous demanderai, lorsque vous allez entendre que Adam Carriere dispense des séminaires, il faut y aller. Il fait des séminaires très importants. Donc, je voulais demander, pour terminer avec la troisième phase, Adam, est-ce que vous avez un projet de prochaines formations, puisque vous faites partie de JOUR-DATE Consulting, vous êtes un partenaire de JOUR-DATE, nous allons promouvoir cela. Est-ce que vous avez des prochains séminaires de formation qui peuvent être utiles pour les immigrants, ça veut dire les Africains qui viennent ici, et même toute autre personne. Voilà les trois aspects. Junella va résumer en anglais et puis Adam Carriere va répondre. Je sais aussi qu'il y a des questions qui sont en ligne. Merci.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Ondo. And I know a lot have been said, and don't worry, I will try my best to say everything that you mentioned. First, it was like to thank Mr. Adam to really take the time to come on this JOAMA Zoom HEBDO and tell us a little bit about what he's doing. And one thing that I think Mr. Adam mentioned it is that when we came to Canada in 2013, he was the first one to open his door when we were looking for houses. So he literally saw me growing. And so he saw us, oh, my little brother, my little sister. So he's literally one of the first person that helps us find housing and help us with advice when it comes to like buying a house and all that. So it's not just somebody that we met yesterday. It's been like what, we've been here for 7 years now, almost 8 years. So it's somebody that is more than just a real estate agent. I think at this time we can call it family. And also one thing that Adam Carriere did in his presentation is not just about promoting what he's doing, but something that he did and that we really appreciate is that he's also promoting the province of Manitoba, because some people don't really have the idea of what is going on. And I know I got some friends that are asking me, so how's the life in Manitoba? I never heard about it. So how is it affordable? And so many people don't even know the amount of opportunities that we have here. So having that and also like showing the great view of Manitoba is really important. So really appreciate that. And also one thing that he mentioned is that he's not just somebody that will just tell you this and that. He's somebody that also give you classes. So when I say he's an expert, I mean it. So he's been doing seminars and all that. And the fact that you're doing that, I think even the government is probably watching what you're doing. So really you promoting the Manitoba, Winnipeg province we should not take it for granted. And even myself, I didn't even know that the Winnipeg market was this attractive. Actually, I've been living here, but when I say I know nothing when it comes to real estate, I really don't. So it was good for me to actually know a little bit more. And so if you know you want to take classes or probably want to attend one of Adam Carriere seminars, so feel free to contact him directly. And I think one question that Mr. Ondo is asked is like, is there any seminar coming up soon, like for people? And do you have like classes for immigrants that are planning to come and also for Canadians that are already here? Like if they want to know more about real estate, whether it's buying or investing, is there anything coming up soon for that?
Yeah, as soon as right now we're allowed to host 2 people within the same bubble, from what I understand. Okay. So once, hopefully in the next round of COVID easements on the restrictions come, that we could have, up to 5. I believe the next stage I think is naturally maybe 5 people at once. So I think once that happens, I'll be scheduling a number of dates, which will be posted on social media, on my website, on various outlets. We just need one more level of easement on the levels of restrictions. So believe me, I have a long list of people looking to attend. In fact, I might need to rent a hall or something to host it, because my boardroom is not going to be big enough to have it the next one. So, I have to keep it posted in that regard. So, but certainly if there is someone who showed a real genuine interest in investing in Winnipeg, and there are, say, a couple, I'll be more than happy to meet with them and give them little snippets of what I would offer at the course, and they could see if I'm the right realtor for them. And so that's an opportunity if someone was wanting to meet me one-on-one, or even a Zoom chat's okay too, to see if what I offer is good enough for them to move forward and achieve their investment or real estate needs. That's something that certainly is an opportunity.
Okay. Donc, comme Monsieur Adam le mentionnait, parce que après la question de Monsieur Ondo, est-ce qu'il y aura un peu des séminaires dans les prochains mois, les prochains jours qui suivent, c'est que pour l'instant, vu qu'on est encore on a encore des restrictions dues au COVID-19, donc ils ont juste besoin ils ont maximum 2 personnes avec qui ils peuvent le faire, mais 2 personnes, c'est bon. Pour l'instant, on ne peut pas juste faire un séminaire juste pour 2 personnes, donc on essaye d'attendre si on va dire code orange pour qu'ils puissent avoir un maximum de 5 personnes. Donc, si on arrive à ce niveau, c'est sûr et certain qu'il y aura des séminaires qui seront planifiés et M. Adam va pouvoir poster ça sur les réseaux sociaux. Donc, pour ceux qui sont déjà en attente, patientez. C'est pas vraiment qu'on ne va, mais patienter. On est encore dans nos restrictions, donc on doit les respecter. Mais comme il le dit, il y a déjà une liste d'attente qui est là. Il y a plusieurs personnes qui sont prêtes à prendre le séminaire, que je pense qu'on devra prendre une salle de conférence parce que déjà son bureau ne pourra pas suffire. Donc, ces informations-là seront postées dépendamment de comment la situation évolue. Donc, vous aurez toutes ces informations-là. Mais il peut aussi, si vous êtes vraiment déterminé à vouloir savoir un peu plus, si vous êtes intéressé à investir au Manitoba ou à Winnipeg, il peut avoir un appel sur Zoom, une réunion sur Zoom et vous pouvez discuter sur ce sujet. Donc, comme je vous l'ai dit, n'hésitez pas à nous contacter, mais je pense aussi, Monsieur Adam, on va partager ses contacts s'il n'y a pas de... si vous voulez le contacter dès aujourd'hui. Donc, ça, ce n'est pas un problème. Mais je vais quand même aussi poser les questions qui étaient dans le chat avant qu'on aille à d'autres questions. Je ne sais pas si M. Ondo, vous avez une autre question pour que je puisse quand même...
Non, ça va, je reviendrai à la fin. Je crois qu'il y a des questions qui sont sur le chat. Juste préciser à Adam et à ceux qui suivent qu'à la fin, il y aura toujours le lien du Zoom. Et dans le Zoom, il y aura le contact de Adam Carriere. Ce serait sur le libellé de Zoom.
Oh, okay. So Mr. Ondo was mentioning that, and just a reminder that even after this call, we will put the link of the YouTube and we'll also put the contact of Mr. Adam Carriere, just in case you would like to contact him right away. So don't worry about that. So we had 2 questions in the chat. So the first one say, how do you see the chat? I think probably you mentioned it, but they probably came after. So how do you see the challenges related to COVID-19 and the rental business, especially with the renter delay, renter payment and all that?
Right. Well, as of right now, according to the Residential Tenancies Branch, which is the governing body that instructs what tenants and landlords can and can't do, they set the rules for here in province of Manitoba for all residential rental properties. So a very good question. So as of right now, there is no restrictions as far as if a tenant decides that they're not going to pay their rent, a landlord can pursue a notice of termination of the lease for non-payment of rent. So if you're wondering about that, because there was a time during last summer where if a tenant did not pay their rent, the landlord had no choice but to ride it out. They could not pursue a notice of eviction because of non-payment of rent. So a landlord can apply for that now. I mean, I've rented 2 units in the springs or summer, fall of 2020. And you really, honestly, it did not, maybe it was, I had to be a little bit more careful of who I was willing to accept as a new tenant, which goes to your very diligent screening processes. Mm-hmm. So I think if you, as long as you continue to screen properly, pick the right people, verified with their references, employment, previous landlords, et cetera. Yeah, I myself, with my 12 rentals, have not run into any issue with not only late payment of rent, but with any deferrals of payment of rent as well. So I had one tenant, only 1 month last year. He is a worker works at St. Boniface Hospital as a nurse, and he had his hours cut back. So he asked me to discount his rent for 3 months at $200 per month. Okay. And he ended up only needing 1 month because he ended up getting more hours. And he had to make it clear, everything must be in writing, that this is a deferral of rental payment. This is not a discount. So you know, as a matter of fact, he just paid me back the $200 he owed from last month. So now we're good, and he's all on the absolute. So I've had no issues. And then, so again, with re-renting the people, again, you just want to be extra careful because you don't want to attract someone who is looking for a free ride with the way the world is today. So there may be a little bit more of those today because of COVID-19, right? So yeah, it just goes to show that you need to be extra careful on who you're going to accept. And yeah, so I hope that answers your question. Very little bearing in my experience and many of my clients' experiences as well. So.
Thank you so much. Donc ici, la question qui était posée, c'est de savoir quels ont été les obstacles reliés à la COVID-19 et surtout dans le domaine de loyer. Donc surtout, nous sommes dans une période où certains peuvent être en retard sur leur paiement ou d'autres n'ont peut-être pas la possibilité parce qu'il y a certains qui ont eu des heures réduites ou peut-être n'ont pas eu un travail pendant un certain moment. Donc, pour Monsieur Adam, ça n'a pas été un si gros problème, mais aussi un conseil qu'il donne aux bailleurs, c'est de vraiment être vraiment vigilant avec les personnes avec qui vous décidez de signer des contrats de loyer parce que il faut faire un certain, j'oublie toujours le terme en français, comme il faut quand même avoir des informations sur les résidents, en fait, pour être sûr que même les références, les anciens bailleurs avec qui tout est en norme, pour que vous êtes sûr que même s'ils ont des paiements qui sont en retard ou ce sont des gens que vous savez que plus tard, ils vont rembourser. Donc, il donnait un exemple d'un infirmier qui a vu ses heures se réduire durant les mois de mars ou avril et il a demandé à M. Adam s'il pouvait avoir comme 3 mois où le loyer était réduit. Et il faut faire en sorte que aussi tous les décisions que vous faites soient écrites. Donc, les deux parties sont d'accord et c'est signé parce qu'on ne veut pas des malentendus et se retrouver dans des situations un peu inconfortables. Donc, vérifiez que tout ce que vous décidez soit écrit et signé. Donc, ce même monsieur qui avait demandé pour 3 mois, même après 1 mois, il a remboursé. Donc, il faut vraiment choisir qui sont les personnes que vous acceptez comme résidentes dans vos maisons. Et jusqu'à date, bon, ça n'a pas été un problème pour lui et pas aussi pour ses collègues. Donc, c'est vraiment surtout sur les informations de la personne qui va habiter. Si c'est correct, je pense que ce n'est pas vraiment un challenge parce que nous tous, ça nous a pris à l'instant même, on n'était pas préparés. Donc, c'est ça, c'est la réponse qu'il a donnée. And the second question is, what is your experience with pre-construction for single family? So I believe that's the single family detached home. I'm not sure if that's the same thing.
Okay, yeah. I mean, the question I would have to the person is if they're looking at building something on their own, or if they're looking at, building through a builder. So if they're looking at building on their own, the acquisition of vacant land in Winnipeg, again, it becomes a supply versus demand scenario. So building on infill lots, as we call them. So there was maybe an older house sitting there before, it was torn down, it's still there, or it's gone, and now it's just a vacant lot. These are also very in demand. It's a very in vogue thing to do now, where there's many small time builders that are willing to do that because there's money that can be made there if you can build cheap enough, if you're looking at an investment perspective. Now, if you're looking at building your own home, you're going to be through a builder, and the builders own most of the land here in Winnipeg when it becomes subdivided and able to build a house on. So that market is very hot too. It's not unlike the used market. So depending on what you're wanting to do, I could certainly get into a little more detail with regards to that. So.
Okay, I think probably he gave more details on that question.
Yeah, someone just came in there, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so it says like some group of investors are now looking at purchasing residential or mixed-use residential land for either speculative purpose or for either subdividing and then resell the plot as package or individually. So are there similar opportunity in Winnipeg or other municipalities like Saint Laurent for the cottage industry that you may share some insight of it on it?
Sure. In Winnipeg, again, a lot of the land is controlled by the developers, which eventually most of it then gets split off and then sold in to the builders of the homes. Okay. However, yeah, there are some opportunities in rural Manitoba. Like I have one client who subdivides land in Labroquerie, Manitoba, for example, and he buys land, subdivides it, and then builds houses on them. So the question was, I guess, exactly what again? Sorry.
So are there similar opportunity in Winnipeg or other municipality like Saint Laurent for the cottage industry?
That's it. The cottage industry, I don't really get involved with. I'm not as familiar with that. However, there are opportunities in rural Manitoba with the surrounding areas, such as Lorette, you know, St. Agathe, St. Adolphe, all these many Bloom North. There's an opportunities there to do that. Matter of finding it and executing it. Yeah,
Thank you.
there
Thank
are
you so much.
opportunities a little bit more condensed in that fashion in Winnipeg. Outside the border, more opportunity.
More opportunity. Okay, so I'm pretty sure, like I said, this real estate is very interesting. So we might go on and on and on with all the questions, but I think we're not gonna keep Adam here for the whole session. So we have to let him go. He's a busy man, so we need to get on his schedule. But one last question that I will ask this is actually for myself. It's like, for example, for somebody that has never been into real estate or doesn't really know how it works. So what does it take to be in there? Like, for example, if I want to be an agent or if I want to invest. So is there like, should I take classes? Should I do like a kind of training? How does it work? Like, for example, for something that's, especially for us young people, I think this is something that I realized that us young people were getting interested into real estate. I think my little brother too is getting interested into that. So how does it work?
Absolutely. I mean, Justin has sent me referrals from last year, and this is you have people around your age, my age, they're doing it, you know, and they're benefiting from it. But when you're talking about being an investor or being a salesperson, those are two very different things. So if someone wanted to become a realtor, they have to pass 3 courses through the Manitoba Real Estate Association. Okay. It costs about $2,000 to become a realtor. All you need is your high school diploma to become a real estate agent in Manitoba. Okay. So, and then you would need a broker to sponsor you, whether it's one at my company at Y21-Carrie Realty or another agent. So another office, I should say. So that's if you want to become a realtor, that's a slightly condensed version than becoming a professional in other avenues. Okay. Now, if you want to be an investor, well, anyone can be that if they have their down payment requirements. So the only thing keeping you from that would be to have your down payment, whether that be 5% down, which you can still do, but you have to own or occupy said property, whether it's a duplex or a single family house or up to 4 units, you can do 5% down. Or if you wanted to just purchase real estate as a straight up investment, most banks require 20% down for down payment requirements. So that'd be the only thing limiting you as an investor. If you're a citizen of Canada, you're good to go. And if you're not, if you're new and immigrant to Manitoba, all you need is 35% down, and you can buy any real estate.
Oh, that's nice. I thought it was just for Canadian, but that's good to know that resident too.
Yeah, then they would need, if you got 35% down, you can buy real estate in Manitoba.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Donc, la question que j'avais posée, c'est de savoir, par exemple, pour des gens qui ne sont pas familiers avec le monde de l'immobilier et voudraient se lancer, surtout pour nous les jeunes, j'ai remarqué que ces dernières années, beaucoup de jeunes s'intéressent à être des agents immobiliers ou peut-être investir dans ce domaine. Donc, au Manitoba, si vous voulez être un agent immobilier, vous devez payer $200 et vous devez passer des cours. En fait, vous devez passer des cours pour avoir ce certificat-là et vous avez juste besoin de vos diplômes de high school. Donc, si déjà après high school, c'est quelque chose qui vous intéresse, vous n'avez pas besoin de faire des études à l'université et tout. Donc, vous pouvez juste avoir ce certificat-là. Mais pour investir, techniquement, tout le monde peut investir. Du moment que vous disposez d'un compte, je pense que c'est ça le terme, je ne suis pas sûre du terme en anglais, mais vous avez ce qu'on appelle un down payment, c'est ça qui peut vous permettre d'investir. Donc, tant que vous n'avez pas ça, c'est ça qui va peut-être vous bloquer. Mais sinon, si vous avez un down payment sur une propriété, vous pouvez le faire. Et ce n'est pas juste pour les Canadiens, même les résidents permanents, dès qu'il a un down payment de 35%, vous êtes capable d'investir. Donc, si c'est quelque chose qui vous intéresse, vraiment, n'hésitez pas à contacter Monsieur Adam pour plus d'informations. So, if you have more questions, we are going to details. Don't hesitate to contact Mr. Adam. And we hope that you really enjoy this. I did, and then I'll probably think into real estate now that you mentioned about it. So thank you so much. I know this is it's not just a partnership, but I really Mr. Adam is like a big brother, like a other father, because he really saw me growing up. So we really want to keep this relationship. And for those that are probably wants to also create partnership or know more, feel free to go to him, and he will give you all the information that is needed. So this is it for today. Thank you so much for your time. Merci d'avoir été avec nous. Nous espérons que vous avez apprécié cette émission et on vous revoit jeudi pour un autre épisode. So thank you so much, Mr. Adam. Have a great day.
You too, Junella. Thanks, Justin. Take care.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Bye.
Hello friends, my name is Adam Carriere from Century 21-Carrie Realty. 2020 marks the 20th anniversary helping Winnipeggers just like you buy and sell revenue-generating income properties all over our city. I've also been managing my own personal portfolio for over a quarter of a century, so it's fair to say that I have a lot of experience in the game. That means that I've already dealt with all the potential pitfalls and issues that can make your sale more difficult. And I've developed strategies to make sure you are going to be getting the best possible return on your real estate investments. What separates me from my competitors is my long years of experience that will make your buying and selling experience a whole lot better. Case in point, this 6 one-bedroom suite apartment block behind me generates over $66,000 of revenue every year. We have no trouble attracting top quality tenants and experience next to zero vacancy. The reason for this? Location, location, location. We're in St. Boniface, close to St. Boniface Hospital, where there are always young medical professionals looking to rent out quality space. Knowing the market means knowing what to look for to find the best investment opportunities. That's why I bought it. It's the same when it comes to maximizing the sale price for you. Here on Des Mirons, we were able to achieve $121,000 per door sale price. I helped my client maximize the net operating income to make it more appealing to investors. And with my knowledge of the location and marketplace, I was able to paint a picture to find the right buyer at the right price. Not every property sale is easy. 203 Bertrand had rent control issues and was looking like a tough deal for the seller. But with my knowledge and experience in dealing with the residential tenancy branch, we were able to narrow that gap and achieve a sale price of $925,000. This property at 770 Elgin was a truly remarkable result at an asking price of $499,880, and I was able to accomplish the selling price of $500,000 for this 6-suite apartment block close to the Health Sciences Center. Naturally, with my years of experience as well as the strategies we employ, I specialize in selling other types of investment properties, such as triplexes, duplexes, and single-family detached rental sales. Over the years, I have helped successfully negotiate the sale of almost $150 million worth of real estate for my clients just like you. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I look forward to helping you accomplish all your future real estate goals. Take care.